Hello everybody and welcome back to the Adventures in Collecting YouTube channel, where we take a closer look at the toys we talk about on the show. And today, give me a big woo! We are diving back into the world of AEW from Jazwares, the Walmart exclusive AEW Supreme Sting. So this is a figure that I have been looking forward to all year. Pre-ordered it. Feels like a very long time ago on Walmart through one of the collector cons, but I found him in person at Walmart, and these Supreme figures are just fantastic. And I think where AEW excels and Jazwares excels with their AEW line, especially is in these Supreme figures, not just in the presentation. Friend of the pod, Chris Metzger, doing an amazing job with the packaging as always, but also just kind of the quality of figure that you get here. Now, this is a little bit different than previous Supreme figures. If this is your first experience with one, typically your Supreme figure comes with 2 sets of legs, so that way you can just pop them off and pop them back on to get different configurations of the talent inside. The Sting figure comes with a lot of extra stuff, but does not come with swappable legs. He does come with a amazing looking soft goods long entrance coat there. We've got the Sting mask, we've got the baseball bat. On the side here, we've got 2 different heads, so that means we've got 3 likenesses there. I love the faded paint on that one. We've got swappable hands. And then on the other side, we've got 2 t-shirts. So really what you're looking at here is a Sting that represents kind of how he looked in his entire last run before his retirement. In AEW, we did see him wrestle typically in the pants and the long sleeves and the t-shirt. And I believe that the shirts are long sleeve shirts as well, or at least one of them is. But we saw him a lot in the pants and long sleeve shirt, but he did wear his typical, or classic, I should say, Sting singlet with pants. So we get kind of a career retrospective, or a last run retrospective with this release. So with that, we've taken a tour of the packaging. Let's get this into the light box and take a closer look at the AEW Supreme Sting from Jazwares. Well, there you have it, folks. There is the Stinger. As far as I'm concerned, the last 2 Supreme figures from Jazwares in this AEW line have been the 2 best releases they have ever done, period, bar none, hard to argue. Between this and the CM Punk figure, it's unbelievable how good this is. I kind of don't know where to start. So I've been a Sting fan for a long time, as many wrestling fans have been. Dave and I were fortunate enough to see one of his last matches kind of on his Victory Lap tour when we went to World's End in Long Island last year. So it was really great after all these years to finally see him in person, wrestle in person for the first time. So it's awesome to have finally have him in a figure form that is something that I've seen with my own eyes, which is great. This soft goods jacket is unbelievable. I'm hoping, there we go. You can see all of the detail in there is just insane. The amount of stamped detail into this faux leather. It feels really nice. Now, I will say, if this is not your first rodeo with Jazwares figures, just be careful with displaying these with the soft goods on, whether it's the coat or either of the t-shirts. These whatever, I don't know if it's the plastic that they use or the type of material that they use for their soft goods. If you leave it on, there is a high likelihood that it is going to stain the arms of your figures, which is a huge bummer. But the good news is I have no staining on mine. The figure came shipped with plastic sleeves around his arms, so to prevent any staining. But like the other Supreme figures before him, he has the added articulation. So he's got the toe joint, he's got the butterflies, and even though he does not have swappable arms, the Supreme figures, the arms do pop on them. So if you wanted to put hard sleeves on him for some reason, you could. If you wanted to take the trying to think of anyone else's arms that you could swap with him. But the figure is great. With the added articulation, he can hit all of his poses. So he can do his woo with his hands, which is amazing. The faded face paint is just perfect. It's smudged in all the right places. It looks exactly like it does from Double or Nothing, or whatever. I think it's Double or Nothing on the back of the package. The alternate heads are also great, as you saw in the light box. I'm very partial to the smiling one. And then of course, if you have the other Sting figures from AEW, from Jazwares, you can also pop the heads on those and put those on him. So you can get a more stoic look, in full face paint if that's what you're looking for. But love the long sleeve t-shirt. He kind of finished out his career there rocking the long sleeve. Again, just be careful, displaying your figures, leaving them on with these soft goods for prolonged periods of time. They are prone to staining. I cannot vouch for this, but I have heard that if you wash these, if you take the soft goods, I would be hard pressed to do it with this, but if you take the soft goods shirts and you run them through your washing machine, again, this is not me telling you to do that, because I do not want to be responsible for you wrecking your shirts, but I have been told that if you wash these, or maybe even hand rinse them, they are less likely to stain. There is apparently just some kind of dye on these shirts that prolong. But this figure is fantastic. The Stinger had such an incredible career, and he finished it off so strong in AEW. His run with Darby Allin was perfect. It wasn't contrite. They didn't, try to wedge any kind of story where he had to fight Darby Allin. He still had that, mystique to him. And he finished really strong and almost kind of deathmatch style, which was wild. But really, really great figure. It appears as if the Supreme line of figures going forward will be at Walmart exclusively. At least that's the what it appears to be based on the most recent announcements. The announcements from San Diego Comic-Con showing that Moxley and Will Ospreay are coming to Walmart via Supreme. So it seems that that's going to be the case with these. Stinger is hitting now. We will put a link in the description below where you can monitor. He is long out of stock for pre-order online, but you can use that link to ask your local Target associate to look him up for you. Super, super, super cool figure. Really, really happy to have him. So let us know, who do you want Jazwares to make in the AEW Supreme line next? Who's the next superstar you want to get that treatment? Like I mentioned, we've seen announcements for Moxley and Will Ospreay coming up next in the line for Supreme. Who do you want to see, though? Who's that one superstar that you think would make a great Supreme figure? Let us know in the comments below. And while you're down there, go ahead and hit that subscribe button so that way you don't miss it when we post new videos. While you're liking and subscribing to things, go ahead and follow us here at AIC_podcast on Instagram, X, TikTok, all the places where we're constantly posting things that we think would help out the community, toys, availability, deals, photography, things from around the community, anything and everything that we think would help out the community. And then, of course, the podcast. So Adventures in Collecting, you can listen wherever you enjoy podcasts, or simply hit that link in the description below, which will take you to our website, and you can find links to all of the things that I just mentioned, that I just rattled off. Like always, I'm going to give you one more. I'm going to do it with the stinger. We're going to do it together. All right, we're going to do it together. Ready? Woo! Until next time.